We are tasting completely blind, so we have no clue what we're walking into here. We're going to see if this pour that we have in front of us is a genie in the bottle or is it toxic.
I see what you did there.
No bite?
No.
Okay.
I'm a genie in a bottle, baby. Welcome to Stuff and Whiskey. I'm Erin.
I'm Josh. Thank you for joining us today. And if you are new here, Erin is the social sipper.
Yes.
I'm the whiskey nerd. We're tasting blind. We don't know what we're getting ourselves into. And we torture ourselves in this way for you and your benefit so that you get honest opinions separate and apart from any labels or hyper bias. We got a sample that's been drawn at random from our blind sample pool full of a bunch of different things. And we're just going to walk right into it face first and put it in our mouth hole and see what happens.
Wow, that sounds violent.
We'll smell it and all that stuff too and give some ratings. Whoa, boy, oh boy. It actually feels like you said violent. This pour feels violent.
Really? In what way?
It does not smell normal.
I kind of like it.
It smells like varnish.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I don't know what varnish smells like, so I don't know why I said no, it doesn't.
I don't know if I'm smelling barrel or climate, like a weird hot climate.
It smells like wood, but like...
real woody.
Yeah, but
and
like,
almost,
I don't know, it's weird.
Almost like a little bit of like an acetone nail polish remover.
Kind of.
Painted room. You say painted room sometimes?
Yeah, I'm getting like, I don't know. Our audience is mostly male, so they probably don't even know what I'm talking about. But there is such a thing as like a scented nail polish remover to try to help the scent. They will scent the nail polish remover, and that's what this smells like.
Okay.
A scented nail polish remover.
I just gave it the old SJ, the old swirl job, and it, boy.
Whoa.
I saw my life flash before my eyes.
I did too.
Good save.
My hands are all sweaty because it's warm in here. I was trying, wow, okay, let's just drink. I'm going to drop this. I'm scared.
Yeah, more sweetness is coming out as it sits in the glass and continues to open up with a little bit of air whipped into it. But let's get on the palate.
This tastes kind of crafty. Like a weird grain. There's a weird grain, a non-common grain note.
Ooh, and there's something on the finish too. This could be.
It's a finish. I bet it's like finished in like Amberana or something.
No,
like that.
it's not Amberana.
Okay.
But it's a finish.
It's finished something.
It feels finished craft, and we don't try to guess, but you have to contextualize your tasting experience into something that you can translate on video if you are in fact on video. Which we are. Spoiler alert. Here we are. I don't know how to convey this experience any other way than to say this tastes like a finished craft bourbon.
Yes, bourbon for sure.
Potentially rye. It could be rye, I guess, if it's finished.
Yeah, because people do like to finish ryes.
But it seems like there's this kind of core of bourbon sweetness that's buried underneath some finishing that is red, like a red wine cask or a sherry cask or something. And then there's, on top of all that, there's like this grain forward note.
I have a question.
And like, hang on, a grain forward note and, well, I lost my point now because you said you had a question. What's your question?
I'm sorry.
That's fine. I was just in the middle of making a point. I was right at the end, but then you're fine. Go ahead.
I misunderstood. I thought you were at the end, which is why I said I had a question.
No, I was literally still talking. That's how you could tell I wasn't at the end.
You said grain forward note, and then I said I had a question.
Yeah, it's like a corny sweetness, like a craft grainy note. That's all. Thank you for the reminder of what I was saying. What's the question?
When people say...
Ma'am, yes, in the bag.
Cigar batch, what does that mean?
Usually it means a blend of like cognac, Armagnac, and I think there's one other finishing cask. Maybe Madeira, maybe.
Why is it called a cigar batch?
It's just blended in such a way. I see why you're asking the question, because this feels like it could be something in that vein, like a craft whiskey cigar batch variant.
Yeah.
I think it's cognac, Armagnac, and maybe Madeira, and it's blended in such a way that it's like a dark fruit sweet to balance well with the cigar. Now, we're not cigar people, so we don't know what pairs well with cigars, but that's the idea behind it, and it's a carryover term from the cognac world, because in the cognac world they had cigar batches.
Gotcha.
So Nancy Fraley brought cigar batch to the space of American whiskey.
Okay.
Now, a lot of places, and I'm going to use this term for exactly what it means. A lot of companies, you know who you are, a lot of companies have taken that word and they have bastardized it. and they have turned it into something that it's not. It is not the traditional.
In what way?
It's not the traditional cask finishing of the cognac cigar blends, or even what Nancy Fraley made. They just throw it in something like an Amburana cask or something and slap cigar batch on it for marketing purposes. And to me, I don't like that. Like, call the thing what the thing is. Don't try to switch the thing up. They're selling barrels. That's what they're doing. Yes, ma'am.
So
I didn't know we were gonna have a Q&A during.
Well, I don't know when you're gonna stop talking, so I'm just gonna start raising my hand.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to explain things.
I know, and I don't want to interrupt you.
Okay.
I truly don't, but I also have thoughts that I'm gonna forget, so I gotta raise my hand.
Okay. Remember when we used to cross our fingers to remind ourselves to say things?
Yeah, but I need a visual cue so
Okay.
they know I have something to say.
Okay. Now we're gonna get comments about how I don't let you talk.
He lets me talk. He just talks a lot.
Did you lose it?
I did. Hold on. This is why I have to speak when I have something to say, because I'll forget it.
Well, I was just trying to answer the question.
No,
that
I
you asked.
understand. Oh, so to the people that are not doing good things with the cigar batch term,
In my opinion.
In your opinion, do you think that they just put cigar batch on it at all when they finish it in any sort of wine thing?
I think they put cigar batch on it when they think it might go well with a cigar, or they just want to help move bottles.
A marketing buzzword.
Right.
Got it. Okay. So the reason I even asked this whole question to begin with was because, to your point, it kind of tastes like maybe it could be something that was labeled a cigar batch. I'm getting coffee ground notes on the palate.
I see you there. Did you take a second sip?
I did. I'll take a third sip.
Man, it. To your point, I love the cigar batch question. I'm glad we went down this rabbit hole, as winding as it was. You know, I appreciate it because I'm tasting this and I know, and I hope you guys appreciate it too, because we're on a little bit of a journey with this glass together, and you're here with us, and it very much fits in the vein of what cigar batches are. This tastes like it could be craft whiskey, and it tastes like it could be the right kind of cigar batch to me. It feels like it's got the right kind of finishing on it. And the reason I say that is because there's a lot of dark fruit on here. There's like a bourbony sweetness at the core. Then you get that craft grain note, and all that is just wrapped up in all these like raisins and dates and plums and figs.
I can see that.
And that's like what it is.
There is a sharpness to it, and I don't know if that's proof or barrel char note. Like, I'm getting kind of a...
I think it's the way the woodiness and the corn sweetness comes through.
Okay.
Yeah, this feels like if this were a person, the person is bourbon, and then they're wearing a flannel of craft wood and grain sweetness.
Okay.
And then they have a coat on top.
Okay.
Of like...
So like very 90s style.
Plums, dates, raisins, figs, all those dark fruit notes.
Okay.
That's all in here.
Okay. All right. I have my thoughts and opinions on it.
What's your rating? All that stuff.
I am going to go just okay. It's not my favorite flavor profile to drink. I'll probably have a couple sips and be done. And if I'm going to have a pour, I want to be able to finish the pour, and I won't finish this pour. So it's not bad. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I'm going to go just okay as well. I'm because of how well it's done, my heart and everything in me wants to go thumbs up. But if I'm being really honest with you guys and not just trying to be a nice guy, this is not something I reach for very often because of the way that the grain and the wood come through.
Yeah.
It's a very distinct corn forward note, and there's also a very distinct wood forward note, like fresh wood, and that's not my jam. That's not my jam. I think if this had more age on the base whiskey, it would probably taste better to me, because that might age out, or maybe it wouldn't. Who knows? But we're going to find out the price, weigh that against what we just tasted, see where we're at. We're both just okay.
Yeah.
This is $63 in our pool. Price?
This is $80.
That seems right on.
Yeah. I'm staying just okay. It seems appropriate. I still don't love the flavor for me, but it's not a bad price.
Here's what I'm going to say. I'm staying just okay as well. However, that's because I like more legacy bourbon, you know? I'm not like... I don't need to be the guy drinking, if I'm drinking beer, I don't need to be the guy drinking like the micro niche IPA that nobody's ever heard of. I'm fine just drinking the regular mainstream stuff when it comes to whiskey distilleries. And I like that well-aged, well-integrated flavor profile. If you like that craft note, I think this would be a thumbs up pour for you.
Yeah, I agree. I think
It's
whatever
very well done.
this is done well
Yeah.
for what it is. I just don't think we tend to gravitate towards what this is.
Yeah.
But I can tell that it is crafted well.
Man, I want to give it a thumbs up because it is really good.
You have to speak true to you, though.
Yeah, it's really good, but to me, it's a take it or leave it because it's not my thing. What are we drinking?
We are drinking Detling 56-month single barrel bourbon.
I don't think this is finished in anything.
No, it's 106. It doesn't say. It's 116 proof. And this is thanks to Zach Anderson.
Zach, thank you so much, man. Okay, this is, wait a minute, what? 56 months?
Single barrel.
It's not a baby. Just call it what it is. 48 months is 4 years plus however many more months. 8 more months.
I hate it when people do that.
So this is like 4.5 year, a little over 4.5 year old
Okay.
bourbon
Why
out
does
of
it taste-
Alabama. Alabama.
Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Oh my gosh.
Go.
Just forget he said that.
Hey, my mom's family grew up down there. I grew up watching Bama football since diapers. Not a bandwagon fan. Get off my back in the
That's
comments.
great. OH.
You know,
I mean, I actually went to Ohio State University, so I feel like I have more of a say.
were you really watching football in your diapers?
No, I'm a girl. I didn't watch football ever. I still don't watch football, but I'm a Buckeye.
Okay.
Anyway.
This is Alabama bourbon
Okay, Alabama bourbon. Why is it so wild?
because it's craft Alabama bourbon.
Okay.
Hot climate, woody note, craft, corny note.
Okay.
All that's there.
There you go.
But on top of that,
it's done well. I just don't care for the flavor profile. So if you, to your point, if you like craft,
yeah.
this is well done craft. That is my final answer.
The wild thing about this is that it tastes finished
It does taste finished.
with all those dark
thought
fruit
it was
notes.
finished.
And that, like, a craft oftentimes doesn't get to this level. Like, get to that finished tasting old dark fruit level that this has.
This tastes finished. Yep.
So, I mean, I would say that, you said coffee grounds. And I do kind of get that. I think Zach, by the way, amazing sample to share.
Yeah.
I think that he said he gets a lot of chocolate on this, and I can kind of see that as well.
I can see that.
More on the finish, and it kind of lingers. But the dark fruit on this thing is crazy. It literally tastes like it's been finished in something.
It does.
So, wow. If you're finished with this video and you never want to see anything else from us again, then don't subscribe.
We were kind of rambly. Sorry, y'all.
But if you do like this style of content, just us hanging out, having conversations, sipping whiskey, giving you honest opinions without any labels or hyper bias, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah.
Like the video. Hit the bell if you want to join us for a live stream. Head on over to our Patreon. You can find the link to that in the video description below. That's where Zach, I think, has shared a whole bunch of Detling samples with a whole bunch of people so that they could have the same wild roller coaster experience that you just saw us have. People are sharing samples, helping people find bottles. I mean, recently there was just an absolute outbreak. Can you say outbreak without getting censored anymore?
I don't know.
I don't know. It was an outbreak of people helping other people find Discovery 12 from Bardstown Bourbon Company because people couldn't find it in their market. So other people were helping people find it. We got people finding non-chill filtered rare breed travel exclusives and WB Saffles and
Good community.
the latest and greatest laser codes on Russell's 10, those ME20 batches. You want one of them. All that stuff, all the nerdy stuff's going down over on Discord once you get through our Patreon. So join in over there if you want to. You get our barrel picks, bonus content, bonus live streams, all kinds of cool stuff. And if you want cool cocktail glassware shirts like this one or other things, including things in Erin's Cozy Corner that she's decided would make really good gifts for the holiday season ahead of us, then you can check that out in the video description below as well.
Absolutely.
Also, you know what I'm going to put in the video description below as well? Erin has a business. She's a business owner now. I'm going to put her content studio, her content company in the video description.
Yes.
And I will actually put a link, if you stayed this long through all of this.
Bless you.
I will put, bless you, and I will put a link to my personal channel where I just sip a glass of whiskey and talk about whatever's on my mind that week. One video a week, usually about 5 to 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
Nothing too big.
Yeah.
That's in the video
Got some
description.
extras down there.
Yeah.
Check it out.
A little bonus just for you for sticking around.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching today's video. We appreciate you. And you better be good to each other. Be nice in the comments. And we'll see you next time. Cheers.
Roll Tide. It is Alabama bourbon. I can't not say Roll Tide.
You could just not say it. Like, ever.
That's not possible. That's not real.
Every time you say Roll Tide, I'm going to go, OH.
You do every time.
I know.
Whether it's on or off camera.
It's gonna be a thing now with us.
It's been a thing.
This is what our marriage has come to.
It's been a thing. And you don't even watch football. I've got to keep you abreast of what Ohio State's doing.
But I'm still a fan, and I know that they lost to Oregon.
Are you a fan if you
am.
don't watch?
Yes, I can be a fan and not watch.
Little Josh was Papa. My grandfather was here.
That's fine.
Smoking his cigarettes in the house, drinking all the beer. And I'm over here in the other chair, and I'm in my diapers, eating a corn dog on a paper plate with my Superman or my Batman sippy cup.
Okay.
Watching Deuce Palmer. Deuce McAllister, that's a different player. Deuce Palmer. The deuce is loose. Just running punt returns and kickoff returns back.
Have you ever been to an Alabama football game, like in person?
No, I never have.
So
I like watching on TV.
Okay.
I would go in person.
Does that make you less of a fan than someone who's been to a football game? I don't think so.
I don't know if you can poll fans in the audience and they like to know how like guards and tackles pull for blocking during running plays and things like that, and then they can describe to you like schematics of play calling and stuff. I mean, if because they're in the stadium getting drunk with their friends makes them more of a fan.
You don't have to be getting drunk with your friends to be in the
I'm just saying some of them are doing that. They're just there because they're there.
Okay.
I don't think it makes me less of a fan because I like to watch with a bird's eye view with all the different camera angles.
Have you ever lived in Alabama?
Also, I was
Did you go to school in
forever.
Alabama?
No, I have.
I'm just asking questions that normally.
I lived with my grandparents for a while, so my sister and I wouldn't get put in foster care. if that's the answer to your question. You know, it was only my safe haven from the chaos of my childhood.
Drama queen much?
It's true.
I know it's
true. The truth is true.
Don't use your trauma to get out of this.
It's just true.
Don't trauma dump on me, okay?
I know I did just say the deuce is loose, but I'm not dumping on you at all. I'm just telling you the truth. That's all. It has a special...
You're going to make me spit on my water.
It has a special place in my heart.
That's fair.
And
I just like to give you a hard time.